The whisper in the dark. I never thought I'd be telling this story, but here I am, sitting in the dim light of my apartment, the only sound the soft hum of the refrigerator. I need to get this out, to share what happened, because maybe, just maybe, it'll lessen the weight on my soul. But first, you need to know how it all started. It was back in college when I met Jake. He was the life of the party, charismatic, with that kind of smile that could convince you of anything. We became friends, and for a time, I thought he was one of the best guys I knew. But life has a way of showing you the true colors of people, doesn't it? Jake had a girlfriend, Sarah. They were the golden couple, or so everyone thought. I didn't see much of her because she was always busy with her studies, aiming for med school. One night, after a particularly wild party, I found myself sobering up in Jake's room, looking for a place to crash. That's when I saw it. His phone, unlocked on his bed. Curiosity got the better of me, and what I found in those messages. It was like a punch in the gut. Jake wasn't just cheating, he was manipulative, cruel. He had multiple women on the side, each thinking they were the only one. And Sarah? He was planning to break her down, break her spirit, so she'd be easier to control when she got into med school. He wrote about it like it was a game, a challenge. My blood boiled, but what could I do? Confront him with his phone? He'd have an excuse, a lie ready. I decided to watch, to wait, to see if there was more to this monster than I'd seen. Over the weeks, I collected evidence, screenshots, voicemails where he bragged to his friends about his conquests, his plans. But I did nothing. I was a coward, or so I thought until the day Sarah came to me, in tears, her spirit already broken by his words, his gaslighting. That was my breaking point. I knew then. I had to act, not just for Sarah, but for all the others he might hurt. But direct confrontation? No, that's not how you deal with someone like Jake. You need to be smarter, more cunning. I started by planting seeds of doubt. Anonymous emails, texts from concerned friends about his future, his character. I made sure his academic records were questioned, subtly suggesting cheating. I became his shadow, his whisper in the dark. Then came the plan. I knew he had a fear of the dark, something he confessed once when drunk. So I began the psychological torment. I'd darken his room when he was out, move things around, leave notes in places he'd find them, just a word. Watch. One night I took it further. I managed to get into his apartment while he was at a party. I turned off all the lights, unplugged everything. When he came back, he found his place in utter darkness, the silence overwhelming. I was there, hiding, silent, waiting. I whispered, using a voice changer app on my phone. You think you're in control, Jake? You're not. You're watched. You're judged. His panic was palpable, his breathing ragged. I left, but not before setting up a small speaker in his room, playing whispers, soft, menacing, throughout the night. This became a pattern. Each night, something new. His car keys missing, then found in a place he never looked. His laptop, where he kept all his secrets, I accessed it, changed his passwords. He was spiraling, and I was the unseen force pushing him down, but the climax was yet to come. I learned he was going to a cabin for a weekend, alone, to clear his head. I followed. The cabin was isolated, perfect. I waited until night, when the forest was as dark as his soul. I cut the power, left him in the dark, and this time, I didn't just whisper. I made him hear everything. His past sins, the voices of those he wronged, all recorded from his own phone, played back at him. He was terrified, broken. In the morning, when he finally escaped that cabin, he was different. He withdrew from school, from his life. The whispers, the darkness, it all broke him. I've never told anyone this. I thought I'd feel better, but there's this heavy silence inside me now, like the one I forced on him. Did I become the monster to destroy one? I don't know, but Jake, he never hurt anyone like that again. And Sarah, she's a doctor now, strong, free from his shadow. So that's my story, a tale of revenge, of darkness used against darkness. I'm not sure if I should feel guilty or justified, but I know one thing. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't the monster under the bed, but the one we become when we fight them.